Hello, my name is Jeff Radical, Sales and Marketing Director with Machine Safety Management. Many facilities are faced with a number of safety concerns, and often those responsible for the safety program have so much on their plate that it is difficult to keep track of whether safety audits are being properly conducted and stored. Many times safety officials are not even aware of some of the key components of the standard, such as required frequency of inspections. It is important to remember that employers are required by law to provide a workplace free from recognized hazards, and while the operators are required to follow the direction of health and safety officials, it is the responsibility of the employers to create, enforce, and document a health and safety program. Machine Safety Management's secure, encrypted, cloud-based software platform was created to meet the urgent need for better assessment, guarding, and documentation, and to help safety managers during accident investigations answer questions quickly and accurately. With experience as expert witnesses and having spoken with many insurance companies, we have seen firsthand that often the first questions after an incident are, "Can we see your 30-day inspection records?" or "Can we see your maintenance records?" If these records are not readily accessible, your defense typically goes downhill very quickly. The software creates a platform to store and retrieve the necessary due diligence instantly, anywhere on the World Wide Web. It is critical to be able to prove that you have a plan in place and that you are enforcing that plan as required by regulatory agencies. Often the question is raised, what is due diligence? Due diligence is a consistent and systematic approach to identify and manage foreseeable risk. The question is, do you meet the 3 P's: policy, procedure, and proof? It is important to review your health and safety plan to see if it passes this test. Machine Safety Management focuses on providing a complete machine safety management solution. These solutions not only help organizations become compliant, but help to build a culture and system of safety. In this video, we will be specifically talking about our software platform, which provides a robust system for machine safety inspections and documented due diligence. With that in mind, today we would like to walk you through some of the key features of the software to show you how machine safety management can help. Let's get started by signing in. You will notice a toolbar with a number of available options. We will begin by selecting Manage Users from the Administration menu, where you can easily add or edit users within the system. This is where you will assign the user's role, which grants them the appropriate access according to their role in the organization. Further explanations for setting up users will be covered in a separate video. One thing to note, if there is an accident, you can give an access login to insurance company representatives or key personnel within your own organization, and within minutes they will be able to view all collected documented due diligence for review, and for building a defense in the case of litigation. Court results are much more favorable when an organization can produce the necessary documentation that proves a history of having a proactive plan for safety. In Manage Contacts, you can also add additional contacts of people who will not have a sign-on but may need to receive notifications in the future. For example, a manager who just needs to receive an email when an audit is past due. The contacts are then all displayed together. Contacts for software users are automatically created when the user is created. Under the Manage Sites menu, you will find a list of the sites that are entered by the customer. One of the first things to note is that you can attach documents to any level of the software: sites, buildings, rooms, machines, and audits for retrieval later. Often items like an owner's manual, lockout-tagout procedures, training documents, or operator safety test results are added. New sites can be added by selecting the New button and filling in the required fields. The software will use the location information to call up region-specific regulations and help. Next, we will select a specific site and drill down to see the available buildings on site, and from there the available rooms. Once inside a selected room, you will see the room's inventory of machines. Here is where the details for each machine, including a list of available actions, are located, including editing, adding a machine ID photo, looking at the log history, viewing attached documents, or moving a machine to a different location. For example, you can move a machine to another site by selecting the new location. If you wanted to discard a machine, you can select Discarded Machines, pick a discarded reason, in this case excessive repairs, and add notes such as machine destroyed before going into dumpster. Then click on Move to Discarded Machines, and the machine is removed from the inventory for the given room. The machine will remain in the database and can be tracked under Discarded Machines for future reference. This is a great tracking feature which can help limit the liability associated with someone taking a machine out of the dumpster and getting injured trying to use it again. A machine's log history stays with it wherever it moves. You can also edit a machine by marking it for removal, which indicates the machine is not in use and is in the process of being removed. There is also an info field to add specific searchable information for the machine, such as maintenance ID number. Check boxes for selecting if the machine is hardwired or has interlock guards, and a field to locate a machine's numerical order in the room. The numerical order is a system to help speed up the auditor's ability to find a machine. The number 1 refers to the first machine as you walk in the door of the room and turn to your left. The machine numbering then goes clockwise in order around the room. Finally, there is a searchable box for machines determined to be available to relocate. When you have finished your edits, you simply click Update, which returns you to the main window. Inside the Global Configuration page, you can set up your audit cycle timing so that you are notified when it is time to conduct the next audit. Canadian regulations require audits every 30 days. Completing and documenting audits within the required time frame is very important, and it demonstrates a strong due diligence and a proactive safety plan if an accident does occur. Once the global configuration is set for audits, you can use this menu to add the personnel that will receive initial email reminders as well as past due reminders for conducting audits. This enables responsible parties to enforce the auditing process and to maintain control over the due diligence that is required by law. Next, we will jump to the Audit section and view audits. Audits are listed in order, beginning with the most recent audit. You can also sort by a number of criteria to make it easier to find what you are looking for as your audit database grows. The software presents a prepackaged series of machine-specific questions. Over the years, Machine Safety Management has built into the software a knowledge base of expertise, allowing nominally trained personnel to successfully conduct an audit by answering a series of yes or no questions. The results of the audit, including photos, are stored in a secure remote database. Insurance companies or safety managers can then sign on and view this information, switching between facilities to verify audit compliance and the condition of individual machines. Once you've selected View for an existing audit, you are taken to the Audit page. This page lists every machine in the audit and contains a link to each machine survey, which is a series of machine-specific safety questions. There is a summary of the audit statistics showing the overall audit progress. You are able to print all surveys, a batch of surveys, or an individual machine survey. One of the benefits is the ability to use these audits as a source of training for operators. For example, if we select an audit, in this case pertaining to a buffer, we see the outcome of an audit that was conducted. Let's start by looking at the machine history to see what the machine looked like when the first audit was performed. In this case, the inspection was performed by in-house safety personnel. Unfortunately, they were not familiar with the regulations for machine guarding, and although it was approved and they placed safety inspection stickers on the machine, when OSHA conducted their audit, the machine was cited for not having an emergency stop, not being anchored properly. You can see the machine was sitting on a seam which made it wobble, not having adequate guarding around the buffer, and not having power outage protection or a non-slip surface at the operator station. The machine was locked out until these corrections were made. This is what the machine looked like after the corrections were made. There is now documented evidence that the guard around the buffer has been installed, that the easy off power control for the emergency stop has been installed, power outage protection is in place, the machine is anchored properly to the floor, and there is a non-slip surface in front of the machine. All upgrades to the machine are documented in the installed products section with a written description, part numbers, photos of the updates, and a timestamp when those upgrades were completed. Again, each machine survey is based on the machine type, which allows the auditor to walk through only the specific list of questions needed. For example, question 1, is there a red self-latching emergency stop with a yellow background at each operator's position? We can now answer yes based on the upgrades made to the machine, whereas before we would have answered no. There is also a regulation link that displays the corresponding regulations for each survey question. This is very handy for gaining a deeper knowledge of the regulations and providing a source of training for students or workers, with the goal of testing operators' knowledge to the point of them conducting their own audits. So for example, you could bring up the question on the screen and select the Regulations button and discuss the details as a group, what they mean, why they are in place. This can help the operator understand that these are not just some fabricated rules but are in place to help reduce the risk of an accident from happening. It also allows people to better connect with the need for safety, helping them not just understand what they are looking for, but why they are looking for it. Below you will find photographic evidence of the condition of the machine at the time of the audit, and you can see that the guarding is now in place. You now have the documentation to show that the machine is in compliance with the standards. If there is anything missing in future audits, you can review the machine history and know that the machine was equipped with the guarding at some point. This allows the auditor to ask further questions to help locate the misplaced guard before it is lost or thrown away. It's a very cost-effective way to help reduce wasteful spending on replacing guards by catching them before they leave the room. Next, we move to the Machines menu and select Search Machines. Here we will find a number of ways to search through our machine inventory. For this demo, we will focus on the summary table at the top of the screen. For the list of machines shown, you will notice that there are 17 good machines, 17 deficient machines, and 1 unknown, along with the percentage of each category against the total. The 1 unknown is an incomplete survey that is open from an audit. You can select the various sort features such as manufacturer, site, location, or machine type, and see the breakdown of the numbers of machines in each category. These statistics are very useful when justifying new equipment or the need for regular maintenance. To search for available machines, select Yes in the drop-down menu and view selected inventory marked Available to relocate. This allows a shop or plant manager to review and select available machines in other locations that can simply be moved to their own location, instead of spending additional capital to buy a new one. You can also select discarded machines to review the details of why they were discarded. This is very useful in determining what brand or model makes sense to purchase by reviewing the list of discarded machines for excessive repairs needed. You now have the justification that another machine that may be slightly more expensive but lasts longer is a more logical and economical purchase. The Machine History section is the area to document or review updates or changes to a machine. This is a key part of proving after an accident that the machine was in compliance, as it shows what actions have been taken. Automatically logged items include updates to the machine table, machine status as determined by an audit, and when the machine is moved to a new location or discarded. Manually logged items include additional machine specifications, additional machine information, installed products, and maintenance performed. Within the Reports menu, you can find the Database Item Count report. Here you can view the summary data of the number of items in the database for each site, building, or room, which will include statistics like machine counts, number of audits completed, and changes to machine specifications. One of the benefits to Machine Safety Management software platform is the collection of help features provided along the way. One help feature is the Quick Start Guide, which walks you step by step through the different features in the software. Survey Tips is a download containing best practices and tips for conducting audits. For example, on many metal lathes, the serial number is not on the name tag but is instead stamped on the bed on the right-hand side. So it is a tool that gives you some guidance on where to find what you're looking for. The Machine Data Collection form is available to give auditors the option of gathering machine information offline for later entry into the software. With a mobile device, you can take pictures during a survey, upload them directly to the current survey you are conducting, and if you do not have internet access, you can download the Survey Photo app, which allows you to take photos that are named with the correct audit, room, and machine so they can be uploaded once the web is available. As you can see, Machine Safety Management software helps to meet the key requirements for proper risk management. It provides a system for health and safety professionals to track and manage their machine safety programs. It offers a way to consolidate due diligence documentation, establish inspection routines, and validate that proper actions are taking place, all of which helps to fight the common reason lawsuits succeed: lack of documentation. Machine Safety Management Corporation provides software platforms, full-service auditing, installation, guarding, design, and recommendations. Thank you again for joining us for this short overview of our software solution, and let us help you put a machine safety management program in place.